Good Monday morning motivation. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. We have a brand new start to a brand new week. This morning, I want us to focus in, throughout this week on opening our eyes, that we need to open our eyes. It's not just young people. We like to blame on some younger individuals, but it's individuals of all age. You see them walking down the street, and this is what they're doing, especially when you walk into a crosswalk, and I kind of sometimes lose my mind. People are, answering on the phone when they're in the street. No, we've got to open our eyes, because just as we've seen people trip over the curb, fall, hit a manhole cover, and it's the same way in life. Oftentimes we're guilty of not opening our eyes to the things around us. And we get caught up on all the negative stuff, right? The things we don't have, the people who are hurting us, the people who are betraying us, and world situations, and the government, and the Republicans, and the Democrats, and it's everybody. How about we start on ground zero level with us, where we're at in life? That we would open our eyes this week. First of all, let's open our eyes to the blessings that are around us. Why don't we open up our eyes to the blessings that we have? If you had a meal today, if you had transportation today, be thankful for that. Be sure to take time to say, I'm so grateful for the meals I have, because I know even in the city of Garfield, there are individuals who are struggling to have 3 meals a day. They can't afford it. There's stuff going on behind the scenes, and we're not privy all the time to understand the dynamics of all that's going on. But why don't we start off each day by saying, I'm grateful. I'm thankful for the blessings around me. I'm so grateful for the small things in life. It changes perspective in life. Secondly, that we would open our eyes, we'd open up our eyes to the needs around us. Listen, it's easy to point a finger and say, someone else do it. Somebody else do it. I can't help. Someone shared some information with me about individuals who are in need in our very own city here of Garfield, and I can't help but to be torn up inside. I might be this big tough guy and all that, but there's a tender side of me that says, I gotta do more. I've got to help out. In fact, I was sharing with my daughter-in-law about the situation. Next thing I know, she's sending me a text. Will these do? And they are several boxes of protein bars, and I couldn't help it, but I was just so proud of her. Not because she was doing it, but there's people that are looking outside themselves. I know everyone's struggling, but sometimes we've got to stop using that as an excuse and say, you know what, I might be struggling, but I still can do something for someone else. So let's be sure to look outside of ourselves and be a blessing to someone else, because there are needs all around us, and you can turn someone's life around by the small things that you do. And thirdly, we can open our eyes to the resources they're both physical resources as well as spiritual resources. Listen, I'm not going to do this without letting you know that there's a God who cares for us and loves us. In fact, it says in Psalms 119, verse 18, open my eyes to see the wonderful truths in your instructions. Every morning that I wake up, God gives me strength by his word. Lets me know I'm not alone. I'm not in this alone. That there's an inner drive. Listen, people ask me all the time, what drives you? What pushes you? And it's so easy. There's a lot of people who are not driven. They're not motivated unless someone's kicking them in the rear end, right? To motivate. Lots of times there's no one around me, and I do what I do because I am driven. Most importantly, though, I know there's a God who gives me the strength to open my eyes that I might see the wonderful truths in your instructions. Realize you have resources every day, no matter what you're going through in life. Say, God, I can get through this with your help. I can overcome. I can not just survive. I'm going to thrive. I'm going to accomplish. I'm going to push harder. I'm going to push further. I'm going to make a difference, not only in my own life, but in the people around me. I'm going to help others be better in their lives. Hey, so listen, if I see you on the streets of Garfield, I hope you have a phenomenal week. Let's open our eyes, all right? Don't come in the intersection. I see you doing this. You better hope someone's on life support and you're responding. Otherwise, I'm going to beep at you and give you a hard time. Nah, you know what I mean. Let's open our eyes to the things around us. Hey, if I see you on the streets of Garfield, be sure to beep, wave. Let's keep encouraging another. Shoot people a text. Hey, just thinking of you. How you doing? Somebody on Saturday sent me a text, said, hey, friend, how you doing? That made my day. I hope you'll do the same this week. God bless you. Have a great week. Let's remember, we're not going to only survive, but we're going to thrive.